Welcome to Black Girl Say Something, where this black girl has something to say. And yes, it's May. We're almost approaching the second quarter of the year. And I just wanted to come on and check in and let you know that sometimes you have to make decisions that feel right for you. And before I even got to this place where I'm confident in my decision making, it's been a journey. Through going through therapy, being able to set boundaries, being able to just enjoy life and be happy. I think I am in this place where I am now comfortable in making decisions and being confident in it. And I know when I first started Black Girl Say Something, many of you have been on the journey since the beginning. And if you're just joining Black Girl Say Something, I encourage you to listen to previous episodes because I've come to so many realizations in this time. And now I'm in this phase of my journey where I'm getting to actually live in those realizations. And so last month I had to make a decision, and it wasn't even a tough decision. And I'll come back in a later episode, maybe give me a few more episodes. I'll come back and I'll let you know what transpired. And so I know I'm supposed to be dedicating Black Girl Say Something at least every Friday, a new episode. But what's happening is I'm trying to see how things play out and then have the perspective of Black girl saying something then. So this way I'm not over analyzing situations before they happen. And to be quite honest, I don't want to critique certain areas or certain things that are going on in my life because I don't want to put out there in the atmosphere what it is when it could be something else working out for me. So I almost want to not mention it until, or discuss the topic until after it has transpired or it has concluded or whatever the case may be. But with that being said, last month I had to make a decision. And in making that decision, it felt freeing. But I also want to backtrack and say, prior to making that decision, I encountered an experience. There was an event that took place. And the next day I was stricken with a migraine. But prior to having the migraine, a few months I've been dealing with this hip pain where I've been going to get massages and I've been getting cupping and acupuncture and seeing the chiropractor, and the pain just wouldn't subside. Even so much so I was getting ready with my primary to get on some form of pain management along with having some x-rays, but I decided to put that on hold with everything that was going on with my daughter with her gymnastics injury. So fast forward from all of that, I had an event. I was stricken with a migraine the next day, and I typically associate migraines with stress. I haven't had a migraine in a very long time. But that migraine let me know, I think that was God's way of letting me know, hey, your time is up. It's time to move on to something else. And so with that migraine, I made a conscious decision that I needed to shift my focus, shift my reality, and make a decision and make a choice. And so that is what I did. And lo and behold, when I made the decision and I verbalized that decision, that choice, that boundary, my hip pain went away. And for the first time in months, over 6 months, I was able to drive home without having the seat heater on, the heated seats on, because I've been using the heated seats as therapeutically, actually. And so I'm just a Black girl in a phase of life of understanding that life always has transitions. And I'm a Black girl who's in a phase of life where I'm confident in making decisions for myself. And I don't have to be weary of the fact that when I make a decision that there's going to be somebody that's waiting on an aha moment to say, that's why you made that decision and it was wrong. Because that's what I've been used to, right? And so I'm just here to encourage anybody who is struggling with the thought of making a decision to make it. Stand firm on it and know that you are the only person who really wants the best for you on this earth. If you don't come from a good parental background or household. I would like to believe that my children believe that I want what's best for them. Hence the decisions I've had to make along the way. But to be quite honest with you, even making those decisions, it's not easy. You do struggle with the little bit of, was that the right decision? And even through this last phase of me having therapy, or my last therapy session, I said, I'm in a place where I'm confident in making decisions for myself. And my therapist rebutted to say, or not rebutted, but added to that statement, anything that compromises your health or safety, you have to make the right decision. You cannot be scared to make decisions when it comes down to your health, your safety, and of course, like your wealth. But essentially, what is wealth if you're not safe, if you're not healthy, right? And it is just me basking in the idea, or basking in who I'm becoming and who I am right now. Of course, I have been posting content over on YouTube. So the link will be in the description of this episode. We dropped an episode last month. Go ahead, take a look, leave us a comment, watch the video. Let us know what you think. We want to hear from you. I'll start opening up the form to take guests again. I think it's coming up to that time to start inviting some guests and getting their perspective and their realizations. And it's always a good time and a good conversation piece to have. As well as we'll drop a new episode on YouTube every last Friday of the month. But again, thank you for those who are tuning in. Don't take my inconsistency with Black Girl Say Something as this Black girl doesn't have anything to say. This Black girl is just being more selective in the topics that she can talk about. I know people want to know, are you divorced? How is that going? What are you doing? What are you into? Hey, I have to put some of that on a little bit of a pause. I do talk about select, or maybe what I would call more sensitive topics, over on the subscriber side, but it only works if you are subscribed through Spotify. I haven't figured out the other platforms yet. But the free episodes are always available wherever you listen to podcasts. Again, we try to post an episode every Friday at 1 p.m. As of recent, being more consistent with YouTube, this will be our fifth month on YouTube. So go ahead and give us a like, a subscribe. We're also on TikTok. And on TikTok, there's topics always to be talked about. I talk about my experience being a mom of an older daughter. Being a mom with an eldest daughter, and being an eldest daughter myself, and my transition of healing from my mother wounds, and how to not let that translate onto my baby girl. So thank you for tuning in. Black Girl Say Something every Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You're listening to this episode because clearly I forgot to post it on Friday, and I had to add to it because it got cut off. So again, thank you for tuning in. Your support is appreciated. Tune into Black Girl Say Something, where this Black girl has something to say.